This week in comic books, Pocan Joe is going to talk way too much, stroke his beard more than any man should, take some awkward sips of coffee and or beer, and more right after this intro.
Hey, what's going on, you wonderful weirdos? I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. Today, I have a special guest. Well, introduce yourself.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you all know me. I'm Spectacular Spider Grandpa, part of the YouTube sensation Blaster to Stash It every Friday night. What time? 9 p.m.?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can find me, again, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, you're on all of it, bub. There's no doubt about that. So if this is your
Pornhub.
Pornhub. If this is your first time to the show, basically, I'm a middle-aged man with other middle-aged men. I review a bunch of comic books, and then I say a bunch of stuff about them. So without further ado, let's jump into it. This week we're going to talk about Batman Detective.
Because we don't have enough Batman books.
Need more Batman. But this one was actually okay. I didn't mind this one. It's like a group killing, people wanting them kind of dress up like Batman and kind of kill all the people that Batman saved. And Batman's on the hunt to find out who these people are. Have you read this yet?
No.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to spoil this one. Spoiler warnings. I should say that at the beginning of my videos. I don't do that. So yeah, that happens in here. We also get the new Squire. If you're not familiar with Squire, that's because that's a absurd character from way back in the Bronze Age that nobody really cared about. So we got a new one of those. That's a plus. Moving on. Now, I know you read Volume 1 of the Super Sons.
Super Sons, eh?
Yeah, you were all over that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't, and now I kind of missed out on it. We jumped in this. I don't know how I feel about this story, though. They're getting into the whole magic time thing, loopy, where they got to go back in time, or they came back from time. It's kind of confusing in the beginning. They did like a Bill and Ted thing where if they thought hard enough, it happened. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, that happens in this book. It doesn't make any sense. It just kind of randomly happens. There's a new appearance in this one, first appearance in this as well. But I did like this. I like the dialogue in it. I like the artwork. Have you read this yet?
I have not read it, but that takes place before current continuity. Just people are getting confused.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
that's good to know, because I was not there.
It's just like a Tales of the Super Sons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that
so
makes
I
sense.
haven't read it yet, but that's...
In this particular one, they have a magical scroll that tells them who they need to save. The first person they have to save is the Flash. Now, time rules, right? One of the time rules is they can't, talk to themselves, and they can't let anybody know that they're doing this stuff. So they're sneaking around. Also, if you don't know, we get kind of an homage, if you will, to the old Batman vehicle. Not Batman, Superman vehicle. Yeah.
Superman had a vehicle?
Yeah, he had just when he battled Mazo for like the 100th time, he had this cool little vehicle thing. They kind of pay homage to that, so I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see here, moving on. Joker number 2. Still not a lot of Joker action, but this is starting to remind me of a Guy Ritchie movie. Are you familiar with Lock, Stock, Smoke and Barrel,
Yeah.
Snatch, all that? Kind of reminds me, all the bad guys are going to kind of converge on the Joker to kill him, and he's like setting up, and you got these different factions. You got the Court of Owls, a cannibal family that I've never seen before. Of course,
cannibals.
Yeah, cannibals.
Cannibals.
Cannibals. And then, of course, Jim Gordon's going to jump in there because, it just wouldn't be great.
I have not read this yet either. I haven't read anything. But isn't that the first appearance of Bane's daughter?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. She's going to go kill Joker, too. So, yeah.
Sweet.
We get this. And is it a bloodlet? Basically, she's in, like, this chemical thing. She's all muscled up. Looks like China when she kind of came off the steroids a little bit. When she was kind of
When
sexy,
she had
but
her
still
surgery.
muscular. Yeah, still off.
Vince McMahon made her,
Yeah.
try to look pretty. But the 1 in 50 of that, where she's on the cover, good luck getting that right now.
Yeah.
That's $300-400 already.
Yeah, people are jumping after that right now. I was looking at Key Collector for some other variants for it, and I was like, you know what, I'm fine with this Punchline one. Also, the backup story in this is that Jaybird character, somebody part of the Bat family, and the Punchline story with her in jail and having to deal with the Royal Flush Gang, who were all females in this one. slowly not caring about that at all. Like, it's just not interesting to me. Next, Superman, number 30. This is interesting because this kind of, we're still dealing with the whole, and not to get too meta about this, we're keeping this one lighthearted, folks, but we're kind of still dealing with that whole, dad's getting older, that whole narrative in here kind of expresses that. But for the most part, what we get here is Jonathan Kent and Clark Kent, they fly off to this planet, and it's an old story, again, another homage type story, where the shadow being that kind of possesses people, kind of like a Venom type character, if you will. Like, we haven't gotten enough of that, so we need some more of that. And they have to, apparently it's still alive, and the king of this particular planet has been infected. And it's really weird. I don't think I'm going to be picking up too much of it. I didn't much care for this story.
I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
This I read.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So I'm jumping into indies in the middle because this is the only indie that I got, really. This is Phantom on the Scan. So this is weird. I don't think I've read anything like this before. Have you? Like, this is...
It was okay to me.
It was okay, but it's definitely creepy. And the artwork in it's that kind of artwork I don't much care for. But
I don't care for it either.
When it's done in a horror, it just kind of makes sense. Like the smeared lines and everything. So basically it just breaks down to a guy's got a ghost.
There's a bunch of telekinetics.
Yeah.
And someone or something is killing them off.
Yeah.
And apparently he could talk to dead people, and he gets all these three other telekinesis people, telekinetics, if you will.
If you will.
Only if you will. I mean, I'm willing. But together to try to solve this mystery, and it just really kind of ends. So.
Yeah, it did just kind of set up a story for you. It reads like a movie script, right? Like at the end of a show, they just kind of drop it, right? That's what kind of happened here. But what's really creepy about this is this ghost that our main antagonist can talk to. It's a dead kid.
I'm getting used to my new tattoo.
Yeah,
I can't.
He's starting to...
For those of you who don't know, I got a new tattoo.
Yeah, he did.
And it's awkward right now.
It's awkward. Awkward sips of coffee.
Take an awkward sip of coffee.
So yeah, his little ghost partner is a dead kid, and apparently they can like read minds or infect people's brains and stuff, and it's really creepy, and it has this weird undertone to it. It's weird, but I like it. Next, Spider-Man.
I did read this.
Right. All right. So, and of course it's part of the what if line. What if, and they've done this before. What if Spider-Man never got rid of the symbiote? Venom, and that just became a suit. What would that be like? Apparently, this would be extremely depressing Peter Parker.
So
he's depressed the whole time in this.
So I've seen people's videos already that, they've already done this. Of course, it's part of continuity.
Yeah, it's part of continuity.
Till you get to the middle, where he decides that enough is enough. He's not going to he lets the Hobgoblin go, but he's not going to do it no more. Unmasked the Hobgoblin.
Outed him in front of everybody.
He's visiting Aunt May, and Hobgoblin pumpkin bombs the house, sets the house on fire.
Burned the old lady's house down. That's crazy.
The symbiote won't let Peter back in the house to save Aunt May because, fire and symbiotes don't mix. So Aunt May dies, and that Peter goes off deep end, kills the Hobgoblin, and at the very end of this, you see his new suit kind of evolving. It's pretty badass. Yeah. But like I said, that's how continuity plays out. He starts having problems with the suit. He goes visit Mr. Fantastic. In normal continuity, he gets rid of the suit.
Right.
But
in this one, it's like, let's see what happens if we can really push the envelope. And I think they did that in this.
And the suit is talking to him right from the beginning, so that never happened in the original continuity. But So thumbs up on finally a good Spider-Man
It
story.
was good. It was good. Although I'm not going to say it was the only one this week. I have been enjoying.
Fuck that book. Well, I'm not supposed to drop the F-bomb. I apologize for all the children watching.
So, Nonstop Spider-Man #2 came out. I'm liking this. I know my friend here obviously is not. But I'm enjoying this because I really like the fact that usually when you get a bad guy, it's either one or the other, right? It's either brute or it's genius or something along those lines. In this one, we get smart, intelligent, maybe over smart. They overtalked a little bit. But it's weird. We still get a lot of kids on drug use. But then we kind of point out something kind of weird in it. They're getting a little political with it, where they're kind of targeting minority kids that are maybe a little advanced more than the other kids.
Need a microscope to read this.
Yeah, right. Super small print in this. Break out the old cheaters because it's small. But I'm for the most part, I'm still enjoying the story. Yeah, there's a little bit of tongue-to-cheek insulting of current times in here. But for the most part, it's not too bad. I love the fact that Peter Parker actually does one-liners in here that are funny. Like they're legitimately funny. So I enjoyed that.
I didn't get it because I didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
Looked like someone threw up and smeared the art across.
The art is a little... It's hard to follow the panels in this because it's just kind of all blurred into each other. But I don't judge art. It's not really my thing. So yeah, Thor got this beautiful 1 in 25 variant. This is Thor #14. I've been enjoying the Dr. Blake story. I know that's not everybody's taste out there, but this concludes this Prey story. And what we get in this is, of course, Thor beats Dr. Blake. There's not really much of a competition there, but ultimately they don't kill Donald Blake. They stick him where they used to keep Loki when he was guarded with the snake. I don't know, some Norse mythology snake that stands over and guards him. So he's imprisoned now, just like he was at the beginning of the story, which sucks for him and is truly sad because, was he right in it? There's your philosophical question of the week. Was he right to be angry and to do all this stuff, to destroy the people that have basically imprisoned him in a suburban hellscape forever? So, good read. I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it. Next, Guardians of the Galaxy popped out.
Guardians?
Guardians.
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of sort of new team in this. It's really convoluted storyline. A lot of things are going on in here in the background as well as the foreground in it. You got 2 main stories in this with 2 different battles in 2 different areas. And to be honest, it's just a little hard to follow. I'm not really much enjoying it. Probably will not be picking up any more of that.
I read that as well, and I haven't been reading Guardians, and I felt like a little lost.
Yeah, it's weird. They still got the Kid Marvel or whatever, and he's still just as weird as he was in the main story. Fantastic Four. Okay, this is great. I've been waiting to talk about this book. All right, so Pokehead Joe loves the fact that symbiotes kind of make you say the things that you don't want to tell people all the time. Like, does this dress make me look fat? And if you had symbiotes, yeah, you look huge, right? So what happens? And again, we've kind of had this with the Fantastic Four before. So if you're kind of getting back into comic books, it might be a little refreshing for you. But dealing with Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm, what is it like to have to deal with Mr. Fantastic? And you find that out in here. And apparently it's not very nice. I guess
I didn't get that either.
That's not very nice. They kind of tear him up a new one. And Reed Richards knows, Mr. Fantastic knows, that these things are in them, that these complaints or issues are in them.
Why do they have symbiotes?
Because it's still during the Null thing.
Good job, Marvel.
Yeah, right. It's still a King in Black tie, and I didn't notice it either. So yeah, but having that little conversation there with Ben, and does an apology need to happen at this point because of words versus somebody else's actions? I really enjoyed that kind of, I don't know what you call it, argument, struggle. I think struggle is the best way to put it. So I really enjoyed that. So that's my haul this week. What did you, anything? Oh, no, it's not. I did pick up a few other things. I haven't got around to reading these yet. I finally got my Swamp Thing #2. I'll be reading that tonight. Server Coin, or as some would say, the Pick of Destiny, Tenacious D.
Better than haha.
Right? And then I also picked this up. This is Magic, and this is the... If you're wondering what the Hidden Planeswalker variant looks like, it's a virgin variant. Some lady sitting up against a wall. And American Vampire 1976. And I've saved those books to kind of read throughout the rest of the week because they're all old books anyway. So that's all I got. So, Mikey, you got anything to tell the crowd out there?
I read Home.
Oh, Home. Yeah, how was that?
Very political. I'm not going to get into that. It was just lackluster to me. I mean, I don't want to get... It's very political. Like Trump, immigrants and
it goes that route.
Them locking them up in cages and people coming over the border locking them up in cages, separating families. They separate the children from the parents, which, whatever. I'm not getting into it.
Not doing it. Not touching that one.
Find out that the mother and the son has powers of some sort, and he actually escapes, and that's how the book ends. But getting to that point, I didn't need all that, but that's a whole nother story. What else did I read? That Symbiote Spider,
Spider,
or Spider Shadow, or
Spider Shadow. We read that. So what else is going on? So Spectacular Spider Grandpa's over here. We're gonna go down and we're gonna go finish the Poof box.
The who?
The Poof box.
Poof.
We're dealing in the dark art of magic as we make a MacGuffin for Legion of Comics. A great guy, does a lot of great things for the community. Definitely check him out. I'm making it mostly for his son, because I love his son. His son's like, you hear him screaming for a cookie or something in the background.
He just put out a video this morning.
Yeah.
He did a couple of unboxings.
Yeah, and so I really like that kind of dynamic. So we're making a magic trick that we're going to send to Legion. We're going to show our Legion of Comics, and we're going to show them how to do the magic trick and everything. So we're still finishing that up.
Steal Joey's wallet.
Steal my wallet. And then I just bought comic books. There ain't nothing in it. Also, don't forget Blaster Stash at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, Huey's Comics. Bunch of middle-aged men. We're going to talk about these books, and we're going to bring some other things to the party. And you're more than welcome.
Did you get the Facebook message?
No.
So after you went off the air,
I actually closed that out.
Closed the show. Me and Dave were told we're going to have a contest. It's going to be a sequel to our contest we had a couple years ago, the Would You Rather contest. This would be.
That was fun. I participated in that. Yeah, that was great.
So it's Would You Rather 2, the second print.
Volume 2.
We'll get back to you on that. I don't know if we'll talk about it this Friday or next Friday, but it's in the works.
It'll be fun.
So
it's a good time. Good time to be had by all. Make some funny videos came out of that one. That was really great.
It was Dave's idea. He said, I really like that one, so let's do that again, but with different Would You Rathers.
So definitely keep your eyes open for that. Don't forget about the Evil Layer project. The promo should be hitting for that any day now, right after this video, and then the video will come out where you actually get to see me make the magic box. We'll do that as well. And don't forget about Spectacular Spider Grandpa.
Speaking about magic boxes, the wives will be home tomorrow.
Yes, the wives are in Florida. That's why he's over here now.
So we better get all our shenanigans done today.
Yeah. CHBD. If you don't know what that is, you see one of our videos from Baltimore, Maryland. All right, guys. I'm leaving it. We're cutting it off at that. All right, guys. Bye.